About a year ago, I did the most saddest deaths in One Piece, and I promised that I would do one for Naruto, so I decided to do one this week, top 5, list them from least saddest to most saddest for me personally. Now, there were actually over 30 deaths in Naruto I counted, and a lot of those characters, a big majority of them, were pretty important characters. Coming in at number 5 is Itachi Uchiha's death. At first, Itachi's death really wasn't all that sad, because for the most part up to that point, you had thought, you know, he's a bad guy, he was torturing Sasuke. You didn't really care up until you got the explanation from Toby, and he told Sasuke everything of how Itachi was this amazing person that went through hell to protect his little brother and ultimately just do what he felt was right. And that's what really made the death even sadder. It was almost like a somber feeling at first with his death, but then it turned into like, this is freaking sad as hell. This guy was an amazing shinobi, an amazing big brother, because ultimately what he did, everything he did was according to plan to try to help his brother escape the fate of the Uchiha. And that right there made it really sad. And ultimately, towards the end, when Sasuke was crying, if you felt it, you really felt it for Itachi's death. He wasn't the nicest guy or anything throughout his life of what we saw, but when we finally realized the truth and found out everything, I felt as though it made the death pretty damn sad. Coming in at number 4 is Asuma Sarutobi's death. Asuma's death did a lot of different things. It gave character development to his squad, Shikamaru, and ultimately it was just freaking sad. The music that they played during the anime when that part happened, and you know, the little speech that he gave to Shikamaru, telling him basically about the king and who you gotta really protect. It just really was a very touching moment, and it just really was something very sad. And I remember watching that in the anime and even reading it in the manga and just thinking, God damn, why Asuma said so, why it had to be him, because it was really sad. It was done very nicely. It was kind of needed to show that the Akatsuki are no joke and people will die going up against them. And it was just really freaking sad, honestly. If you didn't feel it for Asuma Sensei, I don't know where your heart been. Coming in at number 3 is Kushina and Minato's death. When we seen it in the flashback, it was freaking downright heart-wrenching to see the speeches that they gave to their son, their newborn, and to see that Kushina especially, she really didn't want to die. Like, she hated the fact that she wouldn't be able to see her son grow up into becoming a grown man, and just the fact that she had to die in general. It was really a sad moment, and seeing the Nine Tails pierce right through both of them with one of his fingers, and they're all bloody. It was such a sad, depressing moment, and it's definitely one of those memorable deaths that is like, damn, that was so freaking sad. And that's why I gave it number 3, because I felt as though it's just something throughout all the deaths we've seen in Naruto, for a flashback of characters that we rarely, you know, we got little glimpses, we heard here and there about them, but we didn't get much up until that point. And for it to be that impactful for, you know, 2 characters, I thought that was pretty freaking amazing and handled very well. Not to mention in the anime, they did a freaking phenomenal job with the animation, the music, the voice acting, and all around the total package. Coming in at number 2 is the 3rd Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi. That death right there was one of the first very impactful. It probably was the first impactful death in Naruto. It showed that nobody is safe at this point when things happen, and that war does lead to casualties, even if it can be the leader sometimes. And not only did it, you know, as a story-wise, it was a great moment, because it just like, it moved everything and showed that people had to change, they needed a new Hokage, but it also just was sad as hell, because he was such an amazing man. You know, he tried his best for the village. He did everything he possibly could to help people. He was a great person, and to see that great person suffer that fate because of one of his students, his own students, that he tried his best to even help him, even when his student was going bad, he let his student go. It really was a heart-wrencher, and Sarutobi, the 3rd Hokage, is definitely one of the saddest deaths in Naruto, and that's why it definitely deserves number 2 on my top 5 saddest deaths in Naruto. Number 1 definitely goes to Jiraiya. That freaking death with Jiraiya was just, oh my god, I never felt in the entire Naruto series, with all the deaths we got to this day, I still haven't feel it as much as I felt when Jiraiya died, because Jiraiya represents something very special, not only for Naruto himself, because, you know, Naruto never had really a grandfather or even fatherly figure for the most part. You know, he had a Ruka here and there, but Jiraiya really gave Naruto something that he never had, just this like fatherly, grandfatherly figure to play with him, you know, train him, eat ices with him, something as simple as that. And when he died at the hands of his own student, it really was impactful. And honestly, to this day, I don't think I've ever felt that sad during a character death in Naruto since Jiraiya or before Jiraiya, because when he died, it was just so freaking sad seeing him there. And the way it ended up, where, you know, he was just there like a dog with the freaking pipes in his back stabbed in there. It was like gruesome, and it's like, damn, he didn't deserve that fate at all. And then especially when he was seeing the story of like, oh, I guess this is how this part ends, and he was sinking to the bottom of the ocean, that shit got me really good, honestly. Again, there has been a lot of other deaths as well that were very notable. For example, Haku and Zabuza were really freaking sad when they died. I was pretty, you know, touched by that. That was one of the first deaths in Naruto. And, you know, there was a few other deaths that were important, such as Yahiko, Konan, Nagato. Out of all those deaths, I would say that the 5 that I picked are definitely some of the most saddest. Let me know who are the top 5 most saddest deaths in Naruto for you. Who really made you cry? Who touched the heartstrings? And who ultimately just was like, damn, that's so freaking sad for you. But that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for those deaths, because at the end of the day, those deaths were really impactful, and ultimately they led for amazing moments and really just heart-touching. ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.